Okay, so welcome back to this channel. So in the previous video we have seen that how we can verify the email by sending a verification email with the link. Now in this video we will see that how we can verify the mobile number of the user by sending an OTP. Okay, so user will enter the OTP in our form and then we will verify their mobile number. Okay, so let's first of all see what we are going to build in this video. So first of all, this is our login form. If I enter here my email address, so I already have a user which is john1@gmail.com. Password is going to be 123456. If I open my database in here, if I refresh, you can see that here this is the user. So now if I click on login, you can see that here, welcome John, your phone number is not verified. Click here to verify. Click on this, click here. So loading. And OTP sent to your phone number, and I also get here OTP on my Skype. You can see that this is my OTP, so I will simply copy it from here, this OTP, and I put that in here. Click on verify. So loading. So OTP verified. And if I log in again, because my session is not updated, so if I simply clear the cookies and if I log in, so you can see that now you don't have that message in here. If I open my database, refresh it, and if I click on this phone number, you can see that is verified, is true. So in this way we will verify the mobile number of the user by sending OTP to their real phone numbers. Okay, so now here is the initial code that you need. I have here a Git repo with the name Next Email Mobile Verification. You can see that here we have the first branch, that is initial code that I have used in my previous video, and then here the second branch, which is verify email. So you can simply click on this 002 verify email, and you can simply download that or clone that. Okay, so this is going to be our code from where we will start today. And also I will add this link in the description of this video. So first of all, I will simply close it from here to send the OTP, and for the verification I will use Twilio. So Twilio is a service that helps us to send OTPs or messages on WhatsApp or mobile number or voice messages. So in this video we will use the verify API of Twilio. Okay, so this verify API will help us to send the OTP and verify the mobile number. So first of all, you need to create an account on Twilio.com. So simply click on sign up and register your account. So after registering that, this is going to be your dashboard, and you can see that here I have trial a balance of $4.7. I think so by default that is $10. Okay, so this is going to be your account. All right, and we will use this verify API. First of all, let's get our API keys and set in our config file. If I simply scroll down, you can see that here we need these two IDs, the account SID and this auth token. Okay, so I will simply copy this from here, go back to my project, go on this env, and then here I will type Twilio account SID, and that is going to be this. Okay, in the same way I will set in here Twilio auth token. Okay, and then we also need here Twilio underscore service ID. Okay, so we need these three API keys. This is account SID. Now let's go back, and I will copy this one and I put that in here. Okay, so now we have to get our service ID. So for that I will simply go back, and now I will go in this explore products. Okay, and here I will scroll down and click on this. Here we need verify API. So I will click on this verify, click on that, and then go here in the services. Okay, and here you can create your service. So if I click on create new, simply give here your friendly name, select the SMS, email, or whatever you want. We only need here SMS. Okay, and then click on continue, and that will create the service ID. So I will copy mine, copy this one, go back, and I will put that right in here. Simply save it, and that is it. So make sure to add these three API keys and simply close this env file. All right, so now the first thing we have to do here is we have to send the OTP to the user. Okay, so I will simply first of all go back to my Chrome, and let's go here. So if I scroll down, so here you can see that send a verification token. So we will use in here Twilio. We will have to install the Twilio. We will give the account SID auth token, and then we will use client.verify.v2 pass in have a service ID, and then dot verification. We will create a new verification. We will send the SMS to our mobile number, and that will send the OTP to that user. Okay, and after that we have to check the verification token. So we will simply pass the OTP, which is the code from the front end that user will enter, and then we will verify that user. So in this way it will work. So first of all we have to send the token, and for that we need to use this Twilio. Alright, so now let's go back and we go in the app. In the API we have to create here a new folder that is called verify dash phone number, like this. Okay, and before that let's go to our model. In the user model we also have to add in here some values. So this is going to be our phone number. Okay, so what I will do here is I will simply cut it from here, and I will use in here value that is going to be this. Oops. And then I will also add in here is verified. Oops. Is verified boolean by default, that is going to be false. So phone.value will give us the value, and is verified is going to be false by default. Okay, and also let's go here. This is the phone number, so we have to add in here value, and it is verified. Okay, now let's go to app API verify phone number, and here we need two folders. So the first one is going to be send OTP. Oops, that is we have to get a folder send dash OTP, and then create a new folder here with the name verify dash OTP. Okay, so first of all we have to send that, so I will create a new file in here that is going to be route.ts file. So here let's first of all create a function that is going to be get. So const async function that is going to be get. In that we are going to have our request. Okay, so I will add here a try catch block. I will simply log that first of all, and then I will simply return from here next response dot JSON, and I will pass in here the message that something went wrong. Okay, and that is going to be request, like this. This is a protected route. Okay, so what we have to do here is we first of all have to check that if user is authenticated or not. Okay, so I will simply for that create in here a function that is going to be const get session. Okay, and let's create here a function. Okay, in that I will pass here request that is going to be next request. From here I will get this session that is going to be await get token. We have to get this get token from next auth slash JWT, and in that we have to pass in here the request, like this. Okay, so and then we will return from here this session, like this. Okay, then I will simply type here session is going to be await get session, pass in here the request, so use in here next request, like this. Okay, and then I will check that if not session, I will simply send back response unauthorized and 401, and if user is authenticated then we can send the OTP to the user. So all we have to get the user, so that is going to be const user, that is going to be session dot user. Okay, and then we have to send the OTP. So for that I will use here Twilio response, that is going to be, and we have to also install the Twilio. So npm I Twilio dash save. Okay, and we also have to import that here. Import Twilio from Twilio, and that is Twilio LIO, like this. Okay, and I will use in here this. Okay, so now we have to set in here first of all const account SID, that is going to be Twilio.account SID. We have set that in the env file, and then we need in here the auth token. Okay, and then we have in here our service ID. So const service ID is going to be this. Now let's create here a client that is going to be Twilio, and the Twilio we will pass account ID and auth token, and now we can use this client. Remember that now we can use this client to call this and send the OTP. Okay, so I will scroll down and I will type in here await service dot verify, that is service dot verify dot v2 dot services, and pass in here the service ID, and then dot verifications dot create, and in that we have to pass in here first of all two, that is going to be user dot phone number dot value, and channel is going to be SMS, and I will call it import, use it as I user. We will import that from models. Okay, and that is going to be, if I go back, we have to pass in here like this plus and then the phone number. So I will go back, add in here plus, then the phone number of the user, that is going to be this. Okay, and that is client not service, so client dot verify like this, and let's call it in here like this. Okay, alright, so first of all we have use here client dot verify dot v2 dot service, pass in our service ID, then use here dot verification, we have created a new verification, we have to send it to the mobile number of the user, make sure to add here plus, channel is going to be SMS, and that will send the OTP to the user. Now we simply have to check that if Twilio dot status is pending, then we will simply return here a JSON that sent is going to be true. Okay, and else we will simply return from here the sent is going to be false. Okay, if I go back, you can see that here after sending that, in the response we can see here status that is pending. This means that this verification is pending, the OTP is sent. Okay, so if I go back, so on that will send the OTP to the user. Okay, so this is the send OTP route. Now we have to create this verify OTP. So I will use here route.ts, and I will simply copy this same code from here and use that here. Okay, again we will check if user is authenticated or not. If user is authenticated, then we have to verify the OTP. So now we have to get the OTP from the params. So I will type here const search params is going to be new URL, pass in a request.url. Okay, so we will pass the OTP from the front end. So const OTP is going to be search params.otp, and we will use it as string. Okay, now we have our OTP that user will pass from the front end. Now we have to verify that. So I will use here client.verify.v2, use here service ID dot verification checks. Okay, dot verification checks dot create, and in the create we have to pass in here 2 and then the code that is going to be our OTP like this. If I go back, you can see that here. So dot verification dot check dot create, pass in our code and then the 2, which is the mobile number of the user. Okay, so now we will get the response from the Twilio. So if Twilio dot status is going to be approved, so if the status is going to be this means that user has verified the mobile number. So what we will do here is we have to update the status of the user. So I will simply type in here await user dot find by ID and update, and in that we have to pass in here user dot ID and then phone number dot is verified to true, and then we will send here response that verified is going to be true, otherwise verified is going to be false like this. We have to import in here the user model, so I will import that like this. Okay, so now it will verify that. If it is verified, we will update the status, and then we will send set here verified is going to be true. Otherwise, we will set in here verified is going to be false. Okay, so now our backend routes are ready for send OTP and verify OTP. Now we just have to use that on the front end. Okay, first of all, let's create our form on the front end that will accept the OTP. So I go to the app. Okay, in that I create a new file in here that is going to verify dash phone number. In that I will create my file that is going to be page.tsx. Here a component that is going to be verify phone number. And for the OTP I use a form from shared.cn. I simply go back and I search in here shared.cn. Go to shared.cn website and then go in the components, and here I have to search in here OTP. So input OTP, click on that. Okay, and now let's use here this OTP. Okay, so click on code. Okay, so I have to use in here this one, and before that let's go back, go in the login page.tsx, and I will copy this code from here just to save some time. Okay, I will copy that. You can also copy that. So I will use that code in here. Okay, I will import the card, then the card header, and then the title, description. These components are from shared.cn if you don't know. Okay, and then in the card content, what I will do here is I will simply remove these fields. Okay, card footer, and then this button. Okay, we will on click we will use verify OTP. Okay, and we will create loading in a minute. Okay, so now first of all let's create here const loading is going to be false, and const verify OTP is going to be empty function for now, like this. Okay, and now we have to, in the card content I have to add in here div with class name of flex, then justify dash center, then space y of 2. In that I will add in here my OTP input. So I will simply go back and I will copy this from here and I put that in here. Okay, and I will remove this. Okay, I have to import that from actually I have to install that, so click on installation, then I copy this from here, and then I have to install this input OTP component. So installing, it is installed. So now let's import that. We also need in here group and then this slot. So if you don't know what is shared.cn, shared.cn is basically a UI library. Okay, I will create a crash course on shared.cn, so you can check the description of this video. I will add the link of that crash course of shared.cn with Next.js. Okay, so now this is ready. So now let's test it out. So npm run dev, and if I go back, if I type in here localhost port 3000 / verify dash phone number, like this. So we have to use in here use client, I think so. So you can see that here this is our form that in which we will enter our OTP, and let's change this description. So I'll simply go back and I will call it verify phone number and then enter OTP to verify your phone number, like this. And here verify, like this. Okay, so this is going to be our form. So now we just have to send the OTP and then verify that. Okay. So first of all, let's create here two functions. One is going to be verify OTP and one is going to be send OTP. Now here I need first of all some state variable, so that is going to be OTP value, that is going to be set OTP value, and then const loading, that is going to be set loading. Then I will use in here router, that is going to be use router from next/navigation. Okay, and then I need here the current user because I want to send the OTP to the current user. So I will type in here const data, that is going to be use session from next/react. Okay, and I will use it as, or I can simply type in here const user is going to be data dot user as iUser, which is the user interface. Okay, now we have our user here. Now we also can add in here our toast, use toast like this, and then again we will use here use effect to send the OTP. So I will type in here send OTP. Okay, and we know that the default behavior of use effect is that it will call this send OTP 2 times. So to prevent that, I will use a trick here called initialized. It's going to be use ref hook, that is going to be false, and then you can check in here that if not initialized dot current, then I will simply first of all set the current to true, then I can call my send OTP. So it will prevent it from calling it 2 times. Okay, so now we just have to send OTP and then verify OTP. So let's first of all go here. Okay, so in the send OTP, I will use here try catch block. If there's an error, I will simply console.log the error, then I will set loading to false. Okay, in that first of all I will check that if user dot phone number dot is verified, this means that user is already verified, then we can simply return the user to / homepage. Okay, but if user mobile number is not verified, then we can simply add in here set loading to true, and then we can simply use in here const response is going to be await fetch, and that we can pass here /API /verify phone numbers and then /send OTP. Okay, that will send the OTP. Okay, so const data is going to be await response.json. so if data dot sent, if OTP is sent, then we will simply set loading to false. Okay, let's make this async, and then we have to display here a toast. So toast, so in that our variant is going to be or let's type in here title, that is going to be OTP sent, and then description, that is going to be OTP has been sent to your phone number. Okay, that is going to be like this. Okay, so we will send this, else we can simply set in here set loading to false, and the variant is going to be destructive. Okay, and then OTP sent failed, and then we can add in here like try again later, like this. Okay, so that will send the OTP, and now we also have to verify the OTP. I will simply use this try catch again just to save some time. Copy that, and I will put that in here. First of all, I will check that if not OTP value, then we will simply return from here and display the toast message with error that please enter OTP. Set loading to true, and then we have to first of all make this function async like this, and then in the fetch we will pass in here API /verify phone number, that yes, verify phone number verify OTP, and here we have to pass in here the OTP in the query. So OTP is going to be OTP like this, OTP value, sorry. So let's change it to backtick, and then we check that data dot verified. Then we will simply set in here the title that OTP verified. Okay, and then we will OTP verification failed, and after that we will simply router dot push the user to slash like this. Okay, so this will verify the OTP, and now let's scroll down, and to this input OTP the max length is going to be 6. Okay, and value is going to be OTP value. So Twilio send 6-digit OTP, so that's why I have used here 6. And then on change I have to simply set the value, so that is going to be set OTP value, that is going to be the value. So that would set the value in the OTP. If I scroll down and on click, we will call this verify OTP. Okay, loading is going to be this and then this. Okay, so now I think so our code is ready. Now let's test it out. So now you have to register your account with real mobile number, because now we have to send the OTP to the user. So I have a US number from Skype. You can see that here I am already logged in, so I will use that register. And before that, actually, let's go to our app page.tsx. I can simply type in here that if not user dot phone number dot is verified, then we can simply display in here a dialog box that will display that your mobile number is not verified, please verify that. And for that I will use alert from chatcn, and I have used that in my verify email, this alert box. So I will copy that, so just to save some time, copy that, then I will put that in here. So I will import the alert circle X icon from Lucid React, title, and then the description. So I will type in here your phone number is not verified, and in the description I will add in here a link. So link, import from next/link, that will href to slash verify dash phone number. Okay, and in that I will type in here bold, that is going to be click here to verify now, like this. Okay, so now if I go back, so you can see that here your phone number is not verified, click here to verify. Alright, so now first of all let's register, and before registering the user, actually let's go back in the register page.tsx, and now we have to pass in here the phone number value. So I will simply go in the API register route.ts, and here inside of passing phone number directly, I will pass in here the value that is going to be the phone number, like this. Simply save it, and now if I go back, now let's register the user. I type in here John, then john1@gmail.com, password is going to be 123456, and now you have to enter here your real mobile number. So I already have a US mobile number, I have purchased that from Skype, so I will use that, and I will also hide that number because this is my real mobile number. So I will type that here. Make sure to type your real mobile number to test. Okay, so I have entered here my mobile number. If I click on register, so now it is sending the verification email. I also open my mail trap in here. So account is created successfully. So now if I just go to my home, now first of all let's verify our email. Okay, so I will click on here verify email. So email is verified, Now I will go to login, type in here my email, so that is going to be john1@gmail.com, password is going to be 123456. Click on login. So you can see that here, welcome John, your phone number is not verified, click here to verify. Okay, so now if I click here, so you can see that authentication send failed, try again later. So we have some error. Okay, so let me check that. Parameter SID is not valid. Okay, so let's first of all go to our backend and let's check that. API verify phone number, send OTP, and this one. So that is SID. Okay, so Twilio account SID, let me verify from my env file. So Twilio account SID, Twilio auth token, Twilio service ID. Okay, so account SID. So let me actually first of all log in here. SID, and then let's also log in here, service ID. So if I go back and reload this page, so loading, so OTP sent, OTP has been sent to your phone number. I get notification from Skype. If I go to my Skype, you can see that here we get here a message where it is your sample test verification code is this. Okay, so now we get here verification. So I have to remove this from here. So now we got our OTP in here. Now we have to simply verify that. So I have copied from here, go back to my Chrome, and I will add here, and if I click on verify, so OTP verification failed again. So what is the issue? PRO SID is not valid. Let's log in here. I don't know what is going on. I think so we have to correct that in our verify OTP. So that is you can see that here the spelling is wrong. So what I will do is simply copy this from here and I will put that here. I have to add here double L. Okay, so now if I go back, click on verify, so loading, so OTP verified, so your mobile number is not verified still here. And if I simply clear the session and log in again, so application, log out, and if I go to login, enter here john1@gmail.com, password 123456, login. Now I don't have that message here. If I go to my database, you can see that here, and now you can see that here my phone number is also verified to true. Okay, so I hope that you understand how we can verify the mobile number of the user with the OTP. Okay, so you have to use your real phone number to test that, like I have used here this Skype phone number. Okay, so that's the end of this video. You can get the final source code of this video from the description of this. Basically I will add the link in the description of this video, and also I have a video on how to verify your email address by sending the email. You can also watch that. I will add the link in the description of this video. So that's it. I will see you in some other video.